YouTube.com/Bryan Fonseca. Very, very excited for this fight, and not canned like, oh, I'm very excited for this fight. We're going to preview it. Like, no, I'm actually very excited for this fight. IBF Heavyweight Championship Showdown. Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua. And I want to look specifically at Daniel Dubois because we know Anthony Joshua's body of work. We know his resume very well, and he's been in the limelight for over a decade at this point. So we've been seeing him develop for a number of years. Daniel Dubois, to casual fans, and welcome to casual fans if you found this video, a little bit more of an unknown. And because he's a little bit more of an unknown, Anthony Joshua, massive favorite. A lot of people think he's just going to steamroll Daniel Dubois. And in past years, that could have been the case. But now I feel like we may be at a point where, hey, Daniel Dubois might have better than a puncher's chance at this fight. But I wanted to look at the film to see if that's going to be the case. So we're going to look at specifically his last two fights because he lost to Alexander Usyk last year, but since then, he rebounded. He stopped Jarrell Miller, who was undefeated, and he stopped Filip Hrgovic, who was undefeated. Both fights were expected to give him trouble. Against Hrgovic, he was a straight-up underdog, and he really, really came into his own in that fight. So we're going to see if that has any potential to carry over for this fight against Anthony Joshua. And if you see it move in a funny way, the video, that's just me fast forwarding, rewinding. It doesn't always make it clear here, but that's me controlling it. It's not laggy. You're not laggy. We're good. Now, stylistically, this is not going to be what Daniel Dubois is going to see with Anthony Joshua. In fact, it's going to be some of the reverse because Jarrell Miller is trying to get inside, make it sloppy because smaller, shorter arms. But what you can take from this fight is that he had to really dig deep here in a way that showed people, hey, I'm not a quitter. Because people accuse Daniel Dubois of being a quitter because he was knocked out by Joe Joyce and he was knocked out by Alexander Usyk in situations that people felt like he could have gotten back from. So here you see some early adversity where he's getting hit. He got hit behind the head there, took a couple of clean shots. But Jarrell Miller was pressuring very early on in this fight. And it looked like at different points that he was going to take this. Right here, boom. Just out of range, understands his range against Jarrell Miller. Going to rewind it one more time, but avoids that left hook. And then, boom, catches him on the way in, dips his head. He's able to be sharp defensively there. And you see a guy there that is understanding his range. He's settling in. Late round sort of slickness from Daniel Dubois. We're going to play this. Watch this. Jab. Jab. Whoop. Just gets out of the way of that right hand. That's Big Baby Miller's power. That was going to be a big right hand. Just whoop. Boom. There it is again. Just gets out of range. Hits him with the uppercut. Moves. Boom. Slips that. Throws his own right hand. Doubles up on the right side. Lands that uppercut. Blocks the left hook there, partially at least. We're not going to pause it there. Let's not do that. All right, here we go. This is the stoppage sequence. Jarrell Miller trying to act like that didn't hurt him. Takes his right hand, backs up into the ropes again. And Daniel Dubois, he believes in himself here, believes in his power. Wobbles Jarrell Miller there a little bit. Beautiful left hook. Let's run this back. Oh, just right there. Backs Jarrell Miller into the corner, doesn't know where he is. And he doesn't hesitate. Like, Daniel Dubois goes in for the kill. This is impressive stuff. Just boom, overhand right, boom. It's over. I remember thinking at the time, maybe it was a little early, but hey, man, like, you get the stoppage. That was a tough fight. Not a lot of it stylistically is what we're going to see against Anthony Joshua, I feel like. But in terms of what he showed, in terms of heart, those intangibles, the things you can't necessarily measure on the surface, that's gonna mean something. Coming back from a loss and to be able to do that in a fight that you struggled with early on against a heavyweight contender, that did something clearly because his next fight against Filip Hrgovic, he had an even better performance. This is maybe Daniel Dubois' signature performance to date. Filip Hrgovic was 17-0, 14 knockouts. I thought he lost to Zhilei Zhang prior to this, but in that fight, I thought he got robbed. And here we have Daniel Dubois versus Filip Hrgovic. Filip Hrgovic was not a small favorite for this fight. Small in boxing terms, perhaps, because it was a little more than 2-1 and closer to 3-1 in some books. Generally in sports, that can be pretty sizable. But in boxing, it's not so much. It's rare, actually. In this particular fight, Daniel Dubois, I thought, was a live underdog, and he proved it. This wasn't a perfect performance by any means, but it was his most meaningful because of how he was able to navigate this test. Hrgovic, this is round one. Immediately looking for that right hand, and that right hand landed a lot. This is a concern people have because Filip Hrgovic landed a lot of right hands in this fight. And if Anthony Joshua lands a lot of right hands against Daniel Dubois, that fight may not go on for very long. But let's see. 1-1-2. He sets it up early. They get inside. It gets ugly here. Hrgovic is looking for it again. Bombs away from Daniel Dubois. Boom. One more time. Hrgovic, again, setting it up. 1-1-2. Might have been just a one there. Let's see. Yeah, no, it looked like two jabs. But regardless, he's looking for that right hand. Over the top. Boom. There it is. He's trying to use that jab, use his reach. Hrgovic over here. Tries an up jab there. Goes in for that right hand. And Daniel Dubois is like, okay, I've seen this right hand coming. Now I'm going to try to get my right hand to land before yours. Boom. Over the top. Big shot. And then reads that he's going to come back with the left hook here, which good defense, Danny. Look at this. Just whoosh. Hrgovic was absolutely leaning on that right hand all night. Lands it again here. Lands it again here. How many right hands is that already? Boom, bang, left hook. 1-1-2. Oh, not a two. Oh shit, that's a 4 body. Never mind. It's actually a body shot. Now that's smart. That's smart. I like that punch selection here. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Okay, so boom. Hrgovic shells up here because he thinks that the 1-1-2 is coming. I've been throwing the 1-1-2. He's going to throw a 1-1-2. Nah, bro. 4 to the body. Bang. You see them little heavyweight ripples off to the side? Boom, boom, boom. And then he comes back with the left hook over the top. So, boom. Misses that right. Then here, boom. This is a good moment for Daniel Dubois. We'll run it back here. Boom. Right. Like, you're not quite out of range for the Hrgovic. And this is why, look, coaches tell you, if you're going to pull away, you better be damn sure you're not in range. And then comes back with that left hook. Boom. Bang. That's just good punch selection there. Hrgovic again, going right to it. Boom. Right hand. Throws in a couple lefts. Ends with a right hand. That's a beautiful combination. Well, not beautiful because of left hooks. But still, just boom from the hip. Bang. Miss. So he misses. We're going to run it back. Misses that left, that initial left. Misses this one too, but comes back right hand. I mean, it feels so good to go from left hook to right hand. Now, he threw a jab in the middle, so it's not quite the same, but he still catches him here. Daniel Dubois is eating a bunch of right hands, and these are just highlights. Round 4, a couple of impressive jabs right away from Daniel Dubois. Bam! Popped him. I don't know what Hrgovic thought he was. This is a lazy kind of jab here that he doesn't get all of. And boom, just returns the favor. Look, these jabs are important. Filip Hrgovic is listed 6'6", 82-inch reach. The exact same dimensions as Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is still obviously better, just a smoother boxer, more athletic, things of that nature. He pops him with another jab here in round 4. Boom, right there. Right there on the ropes. He eats a right hand, not fully, but just boom. That jab was stiff. Go back. Boom. Look at that. Got all of that one. And then evades the worst of that right hand, but he ate 2 of them here, and then he eats another one right there. But this is where you start to see the fight go in Daniel Dubois' favor, and Filip Hrgovic's eyes are starting to become a factor. Again with the right hand. Boom. Just keeps landing it. Boom. Again with the jab. Beautiful. Hrgovic. Pull just out of the way of that left hook. But still in Daniel Dubois' range. Right hand over the top. And this is interesting because he gets him on the ropes. Daniel Dubois does. Lands a beautiful right hand. Left hook. It kind of connects, kind of doesn't. And then just clinches him. I don't feel like he needed to do that there. He damn near had him. He had him on the ropes. He damn near had him dead in the corner. Maybe pour it on some more. But okay, small things. But again, against Anthony Joshua, might not want to do that. Filip Hrgovic, round 5. Pop. Too many right hands, bro. Anthony Joshua, I mean, he's going to go to that 1-1-2. He has a great straight right hand. You kidding me? How many other heavyweights are going to beat Anthony Joshua if he just hammers down just simple stuff? You know, if he's at the top of his game. This 1-1-2 is going to hit a lot harder when Anthony Joshua throws it. Round 7, Daniel Dubois is after him right away. Straight away, as our friends in the UK would say. I'm not going to do the accent. I don't want to be offensive. But salute to everybody in the UK if you're watching this. They're probably not. I like this here. So Daniel Dubois doesn't really get the range that he wants, right? So jab, Hrgovic is out of there. Right hand over the top, blocks it with a shoulder. Hrgovic telegraphs that. Comes back with the left hook, blocked. The whole 1-2-3 combo. Nothing doing there. Now they're up against the ropes. So Daniel Dubois later on, he's like, all right, the 1-2-3 doesn't land, but we can still pressure him. So he gets him, starts hitting him to the body, gets him in close range here, and just starts to pour it on a little bit, and then lands his big right hand. Let's look at this again. He's basically like, I'm trying to find a range. I'm trying to find a range. Let's find a range again. And then, boom, your own combo, Filip Hrgovic, your own shit. Daniel Dubois got you with your own shit. Staggers him, has him on the ropes. And now Daniel Dubois could just mix it up because he knows he has the power. He has finishing ability. Boom, this is, beautiful right here. Doesn't let up. Has him in the corner. Doesn't go to clinch right away like he did before. Okay. Boom. Right hand over the top. Boom. Beautiful left hook. I'm Puerto Rican, so I love left hooks. Let's run that back. Let's run that back. Boom. Boom. And those of you who box know that left hook coming after a straight right hand just flows perfectly. Look at that straight right hand again in slow-mo. Bang. Rocks him there. And then in round 8, this is where the fight ends. Boom. Right hand. Beautiful. Mixing it up now too. Okay. So you got the right hand, left hook, body shots, body head, body head. Referees go to take a look. Can't see, bro. This one's over. So can Daniel Dubois do this? In looking at recent performances, and in particular, Filip Hrgovic and Jarrell Miller, I think that he has a little bit more than a puncher's chance, which is what a lot of people are offering him. Maybe I'm a little higher on Daniel Dubois than some others, given what we've seen from him recently. I think that he's beaten better competition than Anthony Joshua lately. I'm not overlooking the age, where he's several years younger than Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua, to his credit, he's just better. He's better. He's more accomplished. He's been in so many of these big fights. This is Wembley Stadium. I think that because it's heavyweights, we have two guys who've been stopped before. We have two guys with finishing ability, like real knockout power, real finishing ability. Anthony Joshua, we haven't seen him fight, I don't think, a better guy or even a guy as good as Daniel Dubois in a while. Because since the Usyk losses, he beat Jermaine Franklin, who I think is super underrated. But I think Daniel Dubois would be, one, favored against him, and two, he'd beat him. Otto Wallin, Robert Helenius, let's be serious, and then Francis Ngannou. Like, come on. All due respect. But Daniel Dubois beat Filip Hrgovic and Jarrell Miller. Those guys are better than the crop of guys Anthony Joshua beat. That being said, Anthony Joshua should win this fight. I wonder if the range is going to be there. Will he have to smother Anthony Joshua? And then is Anthony Joshua going to be comfortable with those exchanges? I'm sure he believes in his power, but he doesn't want to take any shots either, especially at this stage of his career. So there's just a lot of questions tactically, but I think Daniel Dubois, like, there are ways he can land on Anthony Joshua. And we've seen Anthony Joshua get rocked, and we've seen him get dropped 5 times in his career. Daniel Dubois has also been dropped several times, because as much as I could be sounding like I'm talking him up right now, he almost got stopped by Kevin Lerena in what would have been another disastrous British heavyweight boxing performance. That's all we have for this. Watch other videos on the channel. Watch time, like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back soon after the fight, and we're going to talk about this over the course of this weekend. Take care. Hope to see you back.